your first rip?
I'm nervous and excited and I'm so ready.
Gotta let Skitty slide.
Gotta let her slide, let her rip. Woo!
Dude, is that a new suit?
Yeah, look, it matches the
That
door.
is fresh.
Look, it matches the door.
Keep making faces. Alright boys, you know the deal. We're out here at Cletus and Cars. We got the 240 in line, ready to do a burnout. We've been hanging out all day. We got most of the fleet out here. We got the Odysseys, the Hatch, the MR2, the NSX, the Porsche. We unfortunately didn't get Wago out here just due to weather, and we just didn't have space for it. So poor Wago didn't make it, but we got the whole fleet out here. The bleachers are filled, the portables are filled. There's a whole bunch of people here. A whole bunch of you guys came out to check out the cars, and it's been an awesome day, but it is our time to shine with the 240. Hopefully we give a solid burnout here. And we have not blown the tires yet in the 240, and we need to change that today, boys. We need these tires to pop. We are not stopping until something pops or something stops. We're just going for it. So our goal is to pop these tires. They're a little more worn out than the tires we've had on the car before. Honestly, we haven't even touched the car. We probably should have given it an oil change, but the 240 is a trooper. I have no doubts in my mind that he's just gonna rip the tires right off. And I think we're gonna blow them this time, boys. I'm feeling really confident. I'm not letting up. We double checked the transmission. I'm just gonna keep her in third gear, the gear that I normally miss. If I start in third and leave it, we can't miss it. That's the theory. So, keep it heated up, and here in a second, we're gonna go do a rip in the 240.
Give it up one more time for Kyle from the Boosted Boys! The old machine gun 240, dude, never disappoints. All right, let's get the push team. Let's get this sucker pushed off.
So our burnout in the 240 got cut short. The whole engine bay caught on fire and it looked pretty bad, so I just decided to shut it down and not stay in it. Unfortunately, we did not pop the tires like we wanted to, but I mean, when the whole car catches on fire, it's probably a good idea to let out. All right, guys, we are back from Cletus and Cars. We had an amazing time. Definitely was one hell of a weekend between the Freedom 500 and that event.
It was awesome, man.
And we had to take yesterday off, which was Monday. We kind of chilled out because it was
Nice.
a long freaking weekend, boys. And a lot of you think the 240 actually exploded after that fireball, but she did not blow up. She does still run.
Everybody blamed it on me. I had nothing to do with this.
That was Cooper's comment. He blamed Wyatt, but no.
There was a couple comments.
Blaming Wyatt that she blew up. But the 240 did not blow up entirely. It might be kind of down a hole, but it does still run and drive just fine. We actually fired it up after it got pushed out of the way, and it drove all the way back to the trailer just fine. And we have not started it since we unloaded it off of our trailer. And I guess let's go ahead and fire this thing up, see how she sounds. I'm not saying it's 100%.
Yeah, I think it's down a hole.
Might be a little hurt. What we're thinking happened is it has these really cheapo gaskets on the manifolds, and they're not like a stainless steel gasket. They're made out of that like layered material, and it looks like, yeah, perforated, whatever they are. They're junk is all I can say, but that's all we had. And it looks like the gasket blew out a little bit. You can see how wet and oily it is right here. And we think it might have lost a hole or something. And there's just a whole bunch of oil and gas, you know, kind of a mixture going on, blowing out of that gasket, because if you watch the video, the fire kind of traces all back down to there somewhere. I thought it might have been like this oil feed line because it hangs pretty low, but it's all good. So we're thinking an oil fuel mixture sprayed out of there while the engine was running. You could see all that white steam right before it lit up, and then a fireball out of this exhaust just caused this whole side to catch on fire. And then I quickly shut the car down. It was still running. I could have stayed in it, but the fireball would have just kept getting bigger and bigger. Right when we said all the cars were running and driving, you know something had to happen. Come on, baby. Oh. So much water coming out of the blow-off valve because it rained when we left. The blow-off valve was spraying water.
It runs, but it doesn't fall.
I think this manifold is loose. Yeah. Look, the whole thing's shaking. Not too bad. Overall, not bad.
Still runs.
Still runs.
I bet you would still do a burnout.
I bet we could still make it to Taco Bell.
Probably.
Okay, no more of that. Everything started smoking.
Yep. She's not happy, buddy.
Hey, it still runs.
Still runs. I feel like it's rebuildable. My guess is it probably just melted a piston. You know, we just got some molten aluminum in there.
Just a little bit, like nothing crazy.
And that's all she wrote. That turbo though, still spinning. Genuine eBay, baby.
Unfortunately, that might be the last time we do a burnout in the 240 on this current setup. The engine's a little hurt, as you guys just saw, so we're gonna have to pull that apart and take a look at what's wrong there. We could rebuild it and get the car, you know, running 100% again on this setup. And I do really love how this thing looks and sounds. It was everything I dreamed of when we first put it together. But what I'm not really happy about is we can't get much wheel speed out of this thing being a manual. I've been able to get 4th gear to sing, but it's kind of hit or miss, and we really need like 5th or 6th gear in this transmission to really get some serious tire smoke going. We need like, you know, upwards of 150 mile an hour wheel speed. Ideally, we want to go for like 200 mile an hour wheel speed and just really get those tires smoking like crazy so we can blow them in a decent amount of time. But being a manual, it's kind of tough. We've had issues with the clutch kind of hanging up. The setup is completely custom, but I mean, it is one of the most unique sounding cars out there. I can guarantee anyone can vouch that was at the event that this thing just sounds so crazy in person. It literally sounds like an assault rifle just on full auto the whole time. It is very loud, and it is a violent two-step, and it sounds so awesome. So I know you guys out there that are coming to the events love the sound of this thing. That's what everyone says after we're done. But unfortunately, it's just not very practical for us. I've already been talking about possibly doing an LS swap in the car or something else to make it a functional drift car, and we can kind of button up the car, clean it up again, and actually go have some fun with this thing since the steering's so jank. This is all stuff I've talked about before, so you know, that has been kind of on my mind, and I'm kind of at the point where I think if we want to do a legit burnout car for the Cletus and Cars events, that we're going to have to kind of start over or just find a completely new car, and I'm going to look for something with an automatic, or you know, do an automatic in whatever car we end up getting, and then do something, you know, probably with a V8 in it, preferably like a big block or something with a lot of torque, and you know, hook that up to a TH400 or a Power Glide or whatever, and just, you know, let the wheel speed freaking sing and really make some gnarly tire smoke, and kind of go from there. This was just an experiment when we first put it together, and she looks freaking sweet, and I really loved the idea of it ever since I made a picture of those turbos sitting on a couple cardboard boxes with the engine just kind of resting in there. I literally made my vision kind of come to life, and it did good overall, boys. We had fun with this thing, but I'm kind of getting to a point where I think it's time to rethink what we do with the 240 here, make it a little more functional, like as a drift car. And then if we just had an NALS in there, we could still do burnout events in it, and you know, just have fun with it and go from there, and then build a more serious, dedicated burnout car that, you know, just really puts on a good show. And then I need something I can get out there and practice with that has good steering and braking, and something that I can actually get some good time behind the wheel and actually learn how to control a car in the burnout box. It's all stuff we want to learn to try to make the shows better for everybody as well when we're out there. I want to do a better job, you know, just as a driver as well. I also want to give a huge thanks to everyone who came out to the Freedom 500 event and the Cletus and Cars. Got to meet so many fans, and it was awesome meeting so many new faces out there. But that is going to be all for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you later.
Option 2 is to take the right fingertips and reach them all the way towards the top of your
This is
mouth.
what I wake up to. Brent took a shower, and now he's doing yoga on the floor.
Shit works.
Option 3 still be able to
I'm old, alright?
That jet boat's getting to you, that dip.
That day,
your
that's
back
what
out.
caused all this. Damn jet boat. How do you know where I'm at now?
Find